Hello and welcome. My name is Stephen Cross and I'm going to be taking you through this presentation with my wife Denise. Together we run our business at residualliving.net. Although it's our own company, we are actually independent distributors of Forever Living. So we've got that added security and support of a multi-billion-dollar worldwide company, which is absolutely fantastic. Before we go through the presentation, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my background and then I'll hand you over to Denise so that she can tell you a little bit about her background and how we all got started. So I never really knew what I wanted to do, so I just moved from job to job. I was in cosmetics, security, travel, accounting. I ran my own accounting business which lasted for 2 years before we folded, and then I moved into automotive purchasing. I found I enjoyed that to some extent and I was quite good. So I've been headhunted and promoted up the levels into a global automotive organization. The restrictive style of a job has never really appealed to me, which I found that the time demands of the corporate career just gets more and more demanding. So I got to spend less and less time with my family, and that my income was totally controlled by the company. So it didn't really suit me at all. I began to feel like a real prisoner because of the fact that they paid me well, yet I couldn't afford the drop in a salary to change to something more enjoyable. When I found Forever, I saw their plan was a real way that I could build my own business based on the way I really wanted to live my life, enjoying what I do while working limited hours, and this would give me the time freedom that I so longed for.
Hi, my name's Denise, and my background was in the property industry. Prior to that, I was an office manager for a Johannesburg branch of a large American broadcasting company. And although I enjoyed my time in the office, I am not a corporate type of individual and would far rather be out there, connecting with people, just different people. And I'm a people person, so I enjoy being with people and connecting with them and the diversity of different people. So hence my move to the property industry. And as much as I enjoyed what I did there, I did have a growing interest and passion for health and nutrition due to our own health scare a couple of years earlier. I then fell pregnant, and needless to say, mommy life opened up a whole new world altogether for me. I found that I just no longer wanted a job of any kind, actually. I would far rather be at home with my little girl. And that is what caused me to start looking for a more flexible home-based type of business. At the time, I wasn't even sure if such a thing even existed, but was certainly looking for something like that and searching the internet and so forth. I eventually quit the estate agent game altogether as I found my life was just taking a very different path, and as much as I was passionate about connecting with people, the property game wasn't the place I was wanting to connect with them about anymore. I also felt like I was always chasing the next sale. There's no financial security there. You're just chasing the next sale all the time, and then you've got your com to live off for a short while, and you're chasing the next sale. I am very grateful for the day that Forever Living Products was introduced to us. I must say, it was like the world opened up to me, and I realized that this was what we had been looking for. This was what I'd been looking for. But I must say my vision was very low at the time, so I was really only interested in earning just an extra $3,000 just as a top-up income to help cover our expenses at the time. However, I very quickly noticed that we were going to need a whole lot more than that to cover the debt we'd now accumulated with me being at home for the short time. Steve had, in the meantime, already taken a better look at the marketing plan, and he sat down with me to explain the concept to me. I immediately realized the potential, and fast forward a few years, we have now managed to bring in that second income we so desperately needed at the time. And without me needing to head back into the corporate world, we have bought our first brand new car, and we are also on track with our vision of getting Steve out of his corporate job too.
So I'm going to begin the presentation, and the thing I'd like to ask you is that if time and money were no object at all, what would you do with your life? How would you spend it? And the unfortunate reality is that most people have had all the visions and dreams of their life squashed down and compressed into the size of their salary. And so I'd ask you just to take that, take those boundaries, those limitations off for a minute, and just think about it. What would you really like to achieve in your life? So maybe it's the most amazing house of your dreams. I've always craved space, a big, beautiful house that, right now you can't afford. Maybe it's to travel the world, go to those beautiful island exotic holidays and, something like that. Pension. People are often, in the elderly, are not able to retire on their same standard of living that they've enjoyed while working and with salary. Maybe again it's the time that you're lacking, and even for very rich people, they work hard, they're very successful in everything they've done, but they don't have a moment of free time to enjoy their life. So recognition, career satisfaction. Another thing is that people overlook their health, and most often get to the end of their life and it's their health is gone and they've actually got no quality of life left. So you want to prevent that and actually have a good healthy life, and good long life that you're able to enjoy that. And the personal development that I know I've received in this business is absolutely astounding.
Right, so the Forever story. We are successfully trading in more than 150 different countries. We are cash rich and debt free and own more than $1.5 billion in assets. And Rex is a bit of an old-fashioned guy, which is what gave us the security to get involved in Forever, because what he does is he saves the money and then buys these assets directly rather than getting the company into debt, which we think is absolutely great in today's world and the way people willy-nilly get into debt. We also have a worldwide turnover in excess of $2.6 billion US dollars. And ongoing global expansion plans as well. We also have the DSA award-winning training and support program. Now, the DSA stands for the Direct Selling Association. And although I must state that this is not a direct selling situation at all, because we have doctors, lawyers, engineers, teachers, and people from all walks of life involved in Forever. So you don't need to be a salesperson to do this. But we wanted this to be governed by an independent governing authority, and the DSA were the closest organization that we could align ourselves with. We also have the Investors in People Gold Award, and this award is only acquired through offering excellent training for distributors.
So Forever's amazing story was the company was basically founded in 1978 by Mr. Exmon, and from his garage, and it's since grown to a global company. Here in South Africa, it was founded in 1996, and currently SA is turning over about 500 million rand a year, and it's continuously growing. In the UK, they were established in 1993, and it's also grown over to £50 million per annum and growing. And I must say that they have had the most astounding growth in the last year. So it really just shows that this is a totally current opportunity, and there are a lot of people really just getting involved because they really want the benefits of the lifestyle that Forever offers. Here you can see our sales growth, and basically from 1978 going on into 2013-14, it's been a progressive growth, a year of growth every single year. Never have we had a negative growth year. And, even through the recession of 2009-2010 recession, Forever grew worldwide 20% and in Africa 25%. And you might ask, why is that? Because people are looking for an opportunity, and with the pressure and the stress, people are seeing that they can't rely on jobs, getting retrenched left, right, and center. The thing of a safe, secure job's long gone. People have had to turn to something, and so here's something where you can never get retrenched from. You can never fail, because if you get involved in our business and in our systems, we will teach you exactly what to do, and that's a proven track record which brings this amazing turnover.
Right, so 3 reasons why we have enjoyed over 35 years of continuous growth would be our outstanding product range, firstly, then rapidly growing global marketplace, and our proven exceptional business model. We also have an outstanding product range based on aloe vera and beehive products. Now, living in Africa, I knew we could drink aloe. Actually, I personally thought I knew aloe until I discovered this aloe. But I had never actually tried to drink it myself. But I noticed it was quick becoming an ingredient in everything, right down to our toilet paper. So there was clearly a buzzword going on out there in the marketplace. Yet, even with all the health and wellness talk on a global scale, some people around the world are still very unaware of the fact that one can drink aloe. Now, what the aloe does is it enhances the immune system, and the way that it does that is by cleansing the gut area and then healing the epithelium tissue within this area, as well as within the body. Most people don't realize that 70% of our immune system is found in our stomach area, and many of the bodily functions depend on a healthy gut. So it's no surprise that our digestive system is actually called our second brain. The other thing is that our serotonin, our feel-good hormone, is also manufactured within the gut. So overall, a healthy gut equals a healthy body and better absorption of nutrients. Aloe is also responsible for cell renewal, which is why it creates that spring to the skin. So for all the ladies out there looking for a healthier skin, spare yourselves the expense of fancy face creams and drink your aloe. Actually, this is one of the first things that people noticed. People noticed when we started drinking the aloe. People around us were noticing was our skin and the effect that it had on the skin. We didn't notice it, but everybody else noticed how great our skin was looking. It was glowing, and now that we look at old photographs of ourselves, we actually look younger, I think, than we did all those years ago. It's also very anti-inflammatory, so it also aids in joint health and mobility. And as already mentioned, maintains your digestion and food absorption. It is also an ancient plant that has been used throughout the centuries. Gandhi, Cleopatra, they've all used it. And just like our business model, our products have to be approved in all other countries that we operate in. So we have there the Aloe Science Seal of Approval. We also have the kosher and Islamic seals of approval. But the strongest statement on there for us was that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all our products, which is quite amazing considering our growth. We're turning over in excess of $3 billion worldwide. So that told us that our products are absolutely top-notch. And so far, I'm yet to use that money-back guarantee with any of my customers. Actually, I'm having the opposite experience where my customers try a product and they're immediately coming back for more. We're also cruelty-free, which is a big plus. And actually, we joke and say that we test our products on humans first so that we can try them on the animals. Most of our products are safe to use on animals. Okay, so then why Forever Aloe Vera? I mean, there are other brands on the market. This was another thing that impressed us, is the way that this aloe is processed. First of all, how it's grown, the fact that it's totally hands-on. It's a family-owned company, and they are very hands-on from the planting of the aloe right through to the harvesting of the aloe. The aloe is grown herbicide and pesticide-free, and they use the inner leaf gel, which is filleted, and it's hand-harvested, and then the outer leaf just goes back into the soil. We also have a unique patented stabilization process of stabilizing the aloe and preserving it so that all the nutrients are locked in. And they've had bottles, I mean, it's actually safe to say unopened on the shelf. It's got a shelf life of 5 years. And it's also cold pressed, so it retains all those active ingredients and enzymes. We have rigid quality standards to ensure that our stabilized aloe is the closest thing to the plant itself, and we've had testings done to state that actually the Aloe Science Seal of Approval comes from that governing body that did the tests, and they say that it is pretty much identical to the plant itself. The great thing is we've also got a professional advisory board now, with us being connected to the UK, and we are very connected to this governing body of professionals that we can rely on. So coming into this business, you don't need to have all this health knowledge and aloe knowledge and knowledge of what to use it for. You can rely on these people. We've got doctors and nutritionists and vets, and they've written books, and we can rely on the books and have a good look at, so this advisory board is there for us to help us. Then our superior products. So we've got our nutritional health drinks, our personal care, our skincare range. So as I said, drinking the aloe is going to do wonders for your skin, but then we also have an amazing skincare range which contains aloe. And with any creams that do contain aloe, you'll find that it sinks right down to the dermis layer of your skin, so it penetrates where it's needed, and that's just due to the aloe content. The same with our sun lotion, which is so great because it also goes right deep down to where it's needed, so it doesn't just wash off 5 minutes after you've applied it. So it causes all our products to be very effective. And then our supplement range is whole food supplements, so there's no synthesized vitamins there. Your body's able to absorb the product properly. We've got sports, performance and mobility products and weight management. Our weight management product is beyond amazing, and what I love about that is people not only lose the weight, but they gain health through the process, and they don't gain the weight back afterwards. And then, of course, our animal and home care products and cosmetic and beauty products. And once again, it's the 100% pure inner leaf gel is the first ingredient in all our products.
So you might ask, how is it that Forever is different from a traditional manufacturer? And so here's just a quick slide to show you that Forever structure versus a traditional structure. And here you can see you've got a traditional manufacturer, possibly a national agent going to the wholesaler, going out to the sales force with advertising, marketing, and finally reaching the retailer, and then being offered to the customer at probably 10 times the price that it started from the manufacturer. Whereas Forever deals directly with the distributors, which we are, and from the distributors it's sold straight to the customer. So all of that money and inflation that is from the manufacturer to the retailer reaching the consumer is all paid out to distributors. So we are paid for all of that. In essence, we're responsible to do the sales and the marketing for Forever, because they don't do any of that themselves. So as far as the distribution chain goes, a traditional business is a few people doing a lot, and this is where you see the need for warehouses, and it's like masses of stock coming in and out, and they basically hog it all for themselves. Where with Forever's way of doing it and team marketing, it's about a lot of people doing a little. And here you can see, so everyone in his little area breaks out and has his little radius of customer sales and things. So basically it means that the customer wins. He's getting very personalized, knowledgeable help and support from the distributors. The company wins because the products are getting out, and they only have to pay for what actually is sold. So they're not paying for marketing and advertising and they didn't reap any benefit from that. So they're only paying distributors when the products are sold. And the distributors win because basically it gives us the chance to build up that fantastic income.
So how do we distribute our products? A lot of people ask how to get these products and why don't we sell through shops? The problem with shops is that it's high investment having a shop within a mall, or if you're based in the UK, on the high street. Retailing from a shop has very high rental to pay, staff, holidays, taxes. It's rigid, and in fact when you open up a shop, the actual shop ends up owning you. You don't own your business, unfortunately, because you have to commit and put in a lot of hours just to break even. We actually have friends with another business that went the shop route initially to stock their products and found that going direct to the customer and online was far more effective, less headaches, and a lot more profitable. All this versus team marketing, which is low investment, no stock, no staff, flexible or part-time hours, full support, and it's caring and personal, not to mention simple. Right, so the benefits of team marketing. People actually trust personal recommendations far more. Actually, statistics show that traditional advertising has less impact than a recommendation from a friend, which is probably why social media is taking off like it is at the moment. It's just more personal, and that is why we say that we are not in the selling business at all, but rather in the recommendation role, which is so much easier. This is something most of us are doing on a daily basis with our friends and family anyway, just as you recommend a good movie or a good restaurant. As already mentioned, we are in over 155 different countries worldwide, so we've got access into all the international markets, and that means that you can build your business anywhere in these countries around the world, benefiting from an international business. It's a home-based business, something that really grabbed my attention. So you can choose the hours you want to work, working flexibly, around the family. It's an equal opportunity. Now, this was another thing that really grabbed Steve's and my attention. This job opportunity is open to absolutely anyone, and we have people from all different spheres of life involved in having they're having great success with this. The only qualification needed is strong work ethic and determination, really. Whereas there is anything but equal opportunity within the workplace nowadays. And speaking to our fellow South Africans, our country is a perfect example of the lack of equality at the moment, with opportunities being closed to various ethnic groups with specific criteria and requirements to get a job, and that's before your qualifications have even been considered. If you happen to find yourself within the unfavored category, it's becoming exceedingly more difficult for you to find a traditional job, and most people have no alternative plans from which to derive an income. The only option is for people to start their own businesses, and with that comes all the risk that independent business carries. Forever gives you your own business without all the risk. Then retrenchments are also at an all-time high. So what would you do if or shall we say when it suddenly happens to you? The last thing you want to do is have all your eggs in one basket only to have it ripped out from under you. Forever living is a great way to build up a plan B, part-time, enabling you to start that secure future for your income. We also have a royalty-style income, and this is another great aspect of the business, knowing that we can get paid an income no matter what. If we take 6 weeks off on holiday, we still have that income coming in. It's so reassuring to know that. This income is also willable, so we can leave that to our daughter for the rest of her life. It's willable to her, and her future is secured. Then there's also Chairman's Bonus, which is a share of the company's global profits each year. Car Plan, which we will cover in a little bit more detail later, and international travel. The personal development is also second to none. Steve and I say that since we've been involved in forever, it has caused us to develop and grow more than anything else we've ever been involved in, from our school careers to our working careers. And it really is the part that excites us the most, not only developing within ourselves, but helping others reach their full potential. Then there's also, there is a high return and high earning potential. Whatever you put into this business is what you're going to get out, which is a lot more than what you're dealing with a job situation. You're still on a fixed salary, no matter what you're putting in. It also promotes solid ethics and values, and everyone deals direct with forever. Right, so what is team marketing? Well, it's simple. It works, and anyone can do it. All you need to do is develop 20 to 30 regular customers, and we have found this to be really easy because our products are that effective. The return business is a given. And then you find 5 key people to multiply your time. Then you coach them to do the same. It's all about duplication, really. Now, how do we get paid? Very important question. So, retailing. We've got a lot of people that just want to retail. Actually, this is where I started in the beginning. And we recommend others start there too, because the more you use the product and recommend the product, the more your belief grows within the product. Actually, for me, I found I was inundated in the beginning with success stories, which completely helped my belief in what I was recommending. And I loved that I was actually helping people and helping my customers. So typically, you're looking at anything from an extra 3,000 to 6,000 Rand each month through retailing. And that can make a huge difference to a family income. A lot of people tend to run out of that extra amount at the end of the month and have to delve into overdrafts and so forth. We actually recently had a team member that managed to pay for her entire family holiday this past Christmas and last December just through retailing. Then a lot of people want to go further, and that is where team building comes into it. And all that is that you're retailing and you're starting to build a team of your own too. And that is done with full help and support from us, which earns you anything from 9,000 to 36,000 Rand per month. A lot of the time we find when people hit the 30,000 Rand mark or even the 20,000 Rand mark, that's when they're giving up their full-time jobs and begin working on their forever business full-time. Because you can go so much further and faster doing this full-time. Then there's the royalty-style income, which we've mentioned before, where your earning potential is anything from 36,000 Rand to 360,000 per month plus. Now, I know this sounds like quite a lot, but this is what people at these levels are actually earning, and this kind of income is generated each month by raising up a group of team leaders around the world, receiving an income from each country that you work in.
All right, so now I'd like to take you through the various incentives that Forever offers. Basically, all over and above programs that Forever's got to help and boost you and give you additional motivation and incentives to go for. So the first one I want to talk about is what we call the Chairman's Bonus, which is where Forever hand out a portion of the company global profits. And so in 2014, they paid out over 22 million US dollars. So checks ranged from the UK from $4,200 up to $1 million, and in South Africa it was about $2,000 up. And the highest, going up to the highest check in the world, was 1.3 million US dollars. So very, very lucrative and real money. The next one I'd like to tell you is what we call the earned incentive, or very often we call it the car plan, because most people use it to buy a car, but basically Forever are trying to hint to you to buy an asset of some sort. So it could be car, house, a boat, aeroplane, whatever, or you could use it to actually put to school studies, for your kids or something like that. So something that's an asset is the general direction. And basically it gives you the chance to qualify for over a 3-month period, and that will then get you a payment in South African terms between about 4,000 Rand up to 8,500 Rand for 3 years. And sort of towards the end of that period, if you generally your business has grown up so much, you just kind of re-qualify for that. And so it becomes a really, really great incentive to go for, and there's a lot of people driving very fancy cars because of this program. All right, the next one is the Global Travel Incentive, and again, this is a qualification thing based, the first one between January and December, and Forever pay for the flights. They pay for 5-star hotels, and they even give you spending money. So as you see, between 500 and 3,000 US dollars spending money. So that makes a very nice trip. And what's also so exciting is that because they're paying for the flights and everything, then it's very easy to say, listen, I'd just like to extend this and go off and have your own extended holiday in wherever Forever's gone that particular year. And every year they're choosing very exciting international destinations. So then there's a second trip that you can qualify for, and that's sort of between May and April. May and April. And again, all expenses paid, life-changing trips. All right, so what do we do to help you? So firstly, that there's award-winning training and support. And Forever's really, really recognized for this. So in the UK, they've got the Investors in People gold award, which comes from training and support. So we're really highly recognized for that aspect of our business. We've got high quality sales and marketing tools. So the biggest thing is that we've got a system, and you need to follow the system, and if you do that, you will succeed. So it's kind of like a franchise system, that if you don't need to go out on your own and try and promote this business. We always bring people back to the tools, like what you're watching right now. And so all you've got to do is go and show other people about this, and then let them make the decision. There's local, national, and international training seminars and events. So some of that is done physical, and some of it's based on the internet nowadays. So, but it gives you the ability to stay current with a lot of the top training and the thoughts going on. And I mean, that social media is changing so rapidly and all this kind of thing. So you've always got something where there's additional information, and we're always learning in this business. So I must say, it's been the most astounding personal development business because of this information that's coming in, and just enhancing us to be able to perform better. So you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. So now, as we're wrapping up, you might be asking, this sounds too good to be true. Well, in reality, it does require time and effort. And if you think of it this way, if you're going to fly an airplane and take off, do you put your throttle 10% or 15%, 20%? No. They always floor it, put pedal to the metal, and build up that momentum, build up that speed. So build up the momentum and take off, get to 10,000 feet, and then you can throttle back and enjoy life. So determined to really give it your all. And this is where we say it's the 4-year plan versus the 40-year career plan. So give it all you've got in that 4 years. So learn, develop new skills. So there's many new skills. Most people have never done anything like this, never done anything entrepreneurial. So there's a lot to learn. Be open, be teachable, and the more you learn and absorb, the better you're going to do. So be part of the dynamic team. And it's like, you can be a lone ranger, but otherwise integrate and click in and be part of the team. And that there's an awesome team environment, and it's a really great, we learn off each other, we share with each other, we encourage each other. So be part of that, and be prepared for change. So really, set aside and grow in this process. So it does take a bit. Sometimes it's going to challenge your comfort zone, but if you're prepared to get out of that, you are going to make a huge success in your business. So now, generally, when we get to this part of the presentation, we know that people are thinking one of 3 things. So the first one might be, no, this is not for me. And it's all great and everything, but not for me, thank you. So in that case, we'd like to ask you to definitely check out our really fabulous products and give them a try. And also possibly somebody that would really like to make a couple of extra $100 a month, really needing some extra money, want to build up a second career and build it into the big money. Or maybe they want to be at home with their children. So anybody like that, we would love to connect with them. Otherwise, you might be saying, oh, absolutely yes, this is me through and through. So then that's great. Please contact the person that showed you this presentation, and let's get you into another business presentation, more detailed. Many people have got some questions and so on, and this will just help cover some of those things. And if you're unsure as well, definitely contact the person that introduced you into this, and come to a business presentation. It really, seeing it a second or time, and with some additional information, give you the chance to answer the questions. This will help settle your mind and make a decision when you've got your full facts in mind. So with that, we would like to say a very big thank you for taking the time and listening. And we really hope to be able to work with you. this has been the most life-changing thing that's ever happened to us, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I can tell you that it's challenged us. It seems scary at some points in time, and generally most people are unsure when they start. But I can tell you from personal experience and very confidently that there's absolutely nothing to be afraid of, nothing to doubt. The money and the trip is absolutely real. So, just get in and do it. There's absolutely nothing to lose. So guys, thank you very much. And contact the person that has introduced you, or if it was us, contact us, and we will take you through the next steps. Thanks very much, and good evening.